Good morning, Pia. I'm Adeline M. Narbasa, an accredited competency assessor for Bartending NCII. Here is my letter of appointment. Assessment package. The assessment package was complete with the consists of the following 10 copies accomplished. Application form, 10 copies of self-assessment guide, 1 copy of assessor guide, 10 copies of specific instruction to the candidate, 10 copies of competency assessment, result summary, written test, written report, answer sheet, rating system. I will now check the assessment venue and equipment and materials. Okay, I already checked the tools, equipment, and materials as well as the assessment venue to be used for assessment in Bartending NC2. They are complete and functional, and it complies the standard pre-described by the training regulation. Please all stand for a prayer. Amen. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm Adeline M. Narbasa, your accredited competency assessor in Bartending NC2. Let us acknowledge the presence of our AC manager, Ms. Diana Sareno, and Ms. Amanda Lim, TESDA representative. Good morning. Do not worry about their presence. They are here to observe the check if the conduct competency assessment is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedure. Before we begin, let me first check your attendance. After that, present to me your admission slip once your name is called. Also sign the attendance sheet. Item number 1, Ms. Miserochi. Please come forward. Okay, here's the okay, thank you. Candidate number 2, please come forward, please. Okay. I have here with me your accomplished self-assessment guide and application form. This is an evidence that you know and can perform all the units of competency enumerated in Bartending NC2. Today, I'm going to administer competency as assessment for Bartending NC2. It is accomplished of basic competency core and core competency and divided into 4 unit competency, which is clean bar area, operate bar, prepare and mix, alcoholic and non-alcoholic concoction, provide basic wine service. The purpose of the assessment is to measure your knowledge, skill, and attitudes, as well as to determine the level of your competency. To earn the national certificate, you will perform clean bar area for 1 hour, operate bar 1 for 1 hour, operate bar 1 hour for 4 operate bar for 1 hour. You will perform clean bar area for 1 hour, operate bar for 1 hour, prepare and mix alcoholic and non-alcoholic concoction for 2.5 hours, provide basic wine service for 1 hour. You will be given a total of 5 hours and 30 minutes to perform the task. And the assessment method that will be using the written test and oral questioning for your underpinning knowledge and demonstration for your underpinning skills. For your personal needs, the comfort room, step away from the practical work area for 30 minutes, and can you for 30 minutes you can have your lunch either on the canteen or if you want. For 30 minutes you can have the lunch either on the canteen or here if you want. If you need anything or you want to go outside and ask questions, just call my attention and I will give you a time. However, I will not entertain any concern or question once the assessment started. The first aid kit is located at the near of the door. If you have a difficulty in understanding the instruction of the written test, just call my attention so that I can explain it you again and just into consideration. If you have other concern, question and clarification during the assessment, raise your hand and so that I will recognize you, because during the assessment you cannot further ask my question B because it is no longer allowed. Cell phone is not allowed. Put your bag at the luggage counter. You are not allowed to leave the venue once an assessment is started. Put your garbage in the trash bin and avoid making sorry noise. If you have any doubt or question with the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit it to assessment center. As your assessor, I have the right to stop the assessment. If there is hindi pa nga ninatapos. I have the right to stop the assessment if there is a danger or violation while your assessment is going on. For issuance of national certificate, the EC manager will inform you to claim the 5 working days include holidays. After the assessment, the validity of national certificate in 5 years. After the assessment, if you found to be not yet competent, don't worry because you can be reassessed 1 month after this. After the assessment, if you found to be not yet competent, don't worry because you can be reassessed 1 month after this assessment or anytime at your convenience. After the assessment, if you found to be not yet competent, don't worry because you can be reassessed 1 month after this assessment or anytime at your convenience. Since bartending is a full qualification and have to undergo the whole assessment process, the assessment fee is 925 pesos. But if you failed in 2 executive assessment, you will be advised to undergo refresher course and process all the needed documents for reapplying an assessment. During the assessment, please observe safety while you are performing the task. Wear your personal protective equipment. Make sure to check your electrical equipment before plugging it. In case of accident, please immediately call my attention so that we can provide the first aid. In regards on the result and process of your assessment, avoid taking picture and record video of the assessment procedures and assessment package. We observe strict confidentiality. This is to ensure that integrity of the assessment package, the information of the assessment result is only available in the authorized personnel and the institution wherein you have your actual training. Is there any question?
No.
Now provide you the specific instruction for your written examination. It is a 50-item test for you to pass the. You have to get 45 correct answers. Please read and understand it carefully. If you have difficulty in understanding, I am willing to translate it in your local dialect for you to understand. You will be given 30 minutes to answer the written examination. Is there any question or clarification?
No.
Let me now assign your respective assessment area. For Miss Giselle Ochi, you are assigned in the assessment area number 1. And you, Miss Julie Tarnate, you are assigned in assessment area number 2. Let me remind you that you will perform the finish and task within 30 minutes. All the necessary tools and equipment are ready for use in your assessment area. You can now proceed to your workstation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Miss Giselle.
Hello, ma'am.
Please follow me and take a seat, please.
Thank you.
I have here some question. What is the difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic consumption?
The difference between the two is the presence of the chemical compound, in which alcoholic drinks contains ethyl alcohol or ethanol, while the non-alcoholic concoctions do not contain this.
Why do you need to use shake method in preparing drinks?
So that we can achieve the perfect froth of a cocktail.
What is the best way to serve wine?
Serve the wine using bar tray. Use appropriate glass in serving wine. With pouring the wine in the glass, avoid touching the mouth of the glass. Pour the glass with the correct amount of wine or in the request of the customer.
How will you handle an intoxicated customer?
Okay. Handling an intoxicated customer, I will offer him a non-alcoholic drinks like Four Seasons so that it can refresh her body.
Thank you. You may now wait at the waiting area, please.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Julie Tarnate. You're next. Have a seat, please. What is the difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic consumption?
Alcoholic concoction contains alcoholic beverage. It's a beverages that contains alcoholic contents, to which it can make people feel dizzy when they drink too much. While non-alcoholic concoction only contains zero alcohol content, which the ingredients are made from fruits that cannot have people get drunk.
Okay. Why do you need to use the shake method in preparing drinks?
So that we can achieve the perfect froth to our drinks or cocktail.
Okay. What is the best way? What is the best way to serve wine?
Needs to be put in the tray, of course, and you'll use the appropriate glass, like with the stem that you can hold in. And when pouring the glass, you have to avoid touching the rim or the top of the glass where you drink it, and pour the glass with the correct amount of wine or in the request of the customer.
Okay, thank you. Is that all? Okay, you may now go back to your seat. do you feel about the assessment, Giselle Ochi?
During the assessment, man, I feel so relaxed. When I'm performing the task, it's so easy for me because I know all the procedures, ingredients, and methods to be used during the preparation and mixing of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. I also felt that my answers are correct.
Well, that is true. You will able to answer all the questions on our interview and perform very well. It means that you have knowledge and skill in preparing alcoholic and non-alcoholic concoction. Your garnish is somewhat not good, even so it doesn't affect your overall performance. With that, I can say that you are competent in this qualification. Congratulations. For the issuance, for the national certificate, the ACN manager will inform you where to get the within 5 working days. Please provide with the all passport size ID picture with white background, 2 pieces documentary stamp, and 100 pesos for the certification fee. Please sign the competency assessment result summary rating sheet. Okay, thank you. Miss Julian Tarnate, how do you feel about the assessment?
Go.
Miss Julian Tarnate, how do you feel about the assessment?
To be honest, ma'am, I feel very nervous. I did not perform properly on how to take the order and recommend a concoctions based on the food preference of the guest. During the interview, I was not prepared for the possible questions. That's why I am not sure about my answers.
Okay, thank you. Are you going to perform the task again? If you were asked to do it one more time?
Yes, ma'am. I promise that I will be more prepared if given a chance.
That's good to hear from you. In fact, you have a skill, especially when mixing alcoholic and non-alcoholic drink and handling the tools and equipment. However, you need to practice on taking drink order and recommending concoction based on the food preference of the guest. But now it seems that you are not yet competent in this qualification. If you have doubt with the assessment result, you have right to appeal. You just need to write a letter to be submitted on the TESDA provincial office where the center and the assessor are accredited. You can reassess 1 month after this assessment. Please sign the cards. Do you have any, please sign the cards. Please sign. Do you have any question?
None.
Okay, thank you very much. Aim for the national certificate next time.
Thank you. Okay na.
I will now return to you 10 copies of accomplished application form, 10 copies of self-assessment guide, 10 copies of rating sheet, 10 copies of cards, and 1 copy of attendance sheet. Miss Krishna, I will turn over to you 1 copy of assessor guide and 10 copies of specific instruction for candidate. Thank you.